What is up, everybody? Good Friday afternoon to our next level friends and family, those out there in the loan officer world. This is the lowdown that we do every Friday where we cover just what's happening in the mortgage industry. Got my main man, Sean Z, right here co-hosting today. How are you today, Sean?
I'm good, man. The sunny state of Maine is treating me well this week.
Now, for those of you that don't know, so Sean is a branch manager, regional manager, does a ton of loans, produces a ton, or his team does, I should say. And dude, tell everybody what you're doing right now.
So we decided to take virtual work and virtual learning on the road with our children. And we spent a few days traveling from St. Louis to Maine. We're here for a couple weeks. We're going to spend some time in Cape Cod, some time in the Carolinas,
Nice.
all while our team's closing 40 or 50 million loans a month right now. Because
just 40 or 50 million, no big
just
deal.
40 or 50 million. Because we can take virtual work and learning on their own. Because man, we've had years of building an awesome team and setting an awesome framework in place, and so we can do this from anywhere.
Yeah, so that is what I wanted you to share. I think it's awesome. So listen, if you're a loan officer and you're out there and you're watching this and you're like, man, I could never take a vacation. I don't even know what that looks like. I haven't taken a vacation in years. And, and I'll share this too. We just had a mastermind group in Nashville and we went through this exercise, and I'm just going to share this little fact because I think it's really powerful. So for those loan officers that are out there, you're listening to this right now and you're thinking that, man, I haven't taken a vacation, or I don't even know what one looks like, and you have kids. This is a startling fact. I think it's like 83, 84% of all the time that you're going to spend with your kids in their life and your life happens by the time they turn 18. So think about that for a minute. If you've got kids and let's say they're young, 10, 12, maybe younger than that, all 83% or 84% of all the time in the world that you're ever going to spend with them is going to happen before the age of 18. And so think about those precious moments that we're giving up to go chase that next refi, to go work that next deal. Meanwhile, Sean has set the example for us and shown what it looks like to build a team out, to be able to take your business on the road and spend quality time with your family. So if you need help with that, if you're sitting here and you're like, there's no way I could do that. I can't even get through dinner without my phone ringing, which we've all been there. Hit us up on Next Level. Visit our webpage. Get a free consult. We'd love to help you. This is what we do. We help loan officers. Probably the biggest passion we have, Sean, is helping loan officers better manage their time and build teams to have more freedom. That's a big deal for us. So anyway, enough about that.
It's the number one thing that people know, Kellen. I mean, it's important. I think you're actually off on the stat. I think it's 88%.
Is it 80? Okay. Wow.
We need to talk a little bit more about that mastermind, because you set up an amazing exercise that we did, which broke down our life in weeks. Yep. And if you aren't tuned in to all of us on Facebook, one of our coaches who is yet to have a child has just announced something pretty exciting. And his wife was there, and she broke down their life in weeks as well, too, and broke down the 18 years until that little baby is left. And it was remarkable when you looked at the span of an unborn baby yet, that how short of a time in their life it was, and they have more time than any of us yet with that child. So it just only furthered the fact that when I knew we were leaving a few days after that to do this, that it was the right decision for us.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And there's a lot of loan officers out there right now who will sit here and say, "Oh, I'm a grinder, I'm a hustler, I'm doing it for my family, I'm helping them out by bringing home the money." And I promise you, as a child of parents that worked really hard and a lot, I would trade back the money for the time. And your kids probably think the same thing too. So, but here's the deal. But here's the cool part. You can have both. You can have the time and the money. It's not, they're not mutually exclusive. So if you want to know more about that, hit us up. Either drop us a message below or find us on our website, nextlevello.com. Sign up for a consult. We'll be happy to talk to you and see if we're a good fit. All right, we're on to the news. Sean, tell us what's happening in the mortgage market and what you're excited about today.
So, so many loan officers, so many people on our team and Next Level, they keep talking to us, Kellen. I'm like, dude, Should I hire? Should I not? Do I need to build my team further? Man, what happens if the air gets let out? I mean, there's all this talk. I mean, I can't, the amount of energy wasted by loan officers on this incredibly stupid but relevant 50 basis points thing that may or may not affect our market,
Right.
like, is it done zero to affect anyone's business. And yet it's a conversation that keeps being talked about. Well, something that's even more important right now is the world has shifted. Whether it's been a 10 or 20 or 50-year evolution that's happened in the blink of an eye, it's here and it's upon us. There are 22% of renters right now. Maybe it's 28%, but it's somewhere in the 20s in San Francisco right now, could buy a home in many places in the United States, but they can't buy one in San Francisco. And you know what? Because of the evolution of this work from home environment, I mean, major corporations, Twitter, Square, Salesforce have announced, like, you never need to come back to the office. Half of my staff already work from home. Kellen, I know some of yours does already too. 3/4 of my staff works from home right now and probably will never come back to the office because of where we're at. Well, that has changed this entire work from home pool. So there's 2 million renters in the United States right now, probably more, but conservatively 2 million renters in the United States right now that can go and live somewhere else and work from home for their job. There's a processor that I just sat down with and had a nice meeting with yesterday morning, who lives here in the great state of Maine. And her husband shuts down the business that he runs for a month in February every year because it is cold as heck in Maine in February. And they go to Florida. The whole family, like brothers, sisters, everyone goes to Florida. And they've never been able to do that. Well, there's a really good chance she's going to come work with us now because she can work wherever she wants to. She can work from Florida. My main operations in St. Louis, but I hire people in anywhere from mountain to East Coast because it just puts us an hour away. But instead of my pool being limited to a few million potential people in St. Louis or surrounding counties, man, I got 200 and some odd million people that I can now hire that work. And so as we embrace this, it helps our businesses. But as we realize where the entire market's being shifted, you got 2 million more people buying houses and then potentially buying houses here in the next few years because of what just happened to their work schedule as well, too.
That's awesome, man. What an opportunity. I mean, I think you're going to see, you could see an exodus from, some of these high priced areas on the coast as people start moving to other areas, sunnier states and things like that. I think it's going to be, to your point, it's a 50-year shift, right? It's a 50-year evolution that's going to happen in a matter of months. It's really incredible.
Well, you've had people moving back into the cities, Kellen, for several decades.
Yes.
And there's going to be times in history where people left cities, and this is going to be one of the most remarkable fleeing of dense places that we've seen.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just chalk it up. It's an amazing 2020. Wow. It's just the shift is incredible.
Hey, bro. So we've been working on something amazing inside of Next Level with MBS Highways for, gosh, it's almost 10 months now.
Yeah. So let me kind of tee this up a little bit because you just nailed it. So those of you that are stuck with us, you're going to get a special treat. So if you're watching this, stay with me here for a minute or so because we're going to unveil something really cool. So just as you were talking, Sean, about this transition of people as they're moving, what a better opportunity now to learn from the best. So we have helped create a designation called Certified Mortgage Advisor, CMA. And of course, we've got Barry leading the charge on this. And we have helped take Barry's 30 years of economics and mortgage market insight, which is just phenomenal, and put it into a course. It's actually a designation. So this will show up right after your name. It'll be a little 3-letter designation right after your name. It's really completely unique to the industry, and we couldn't be more excited about having this really announced. It's, as you've mentioned, it's been a labor of love over the last 10 months, 11 months, and now we finally get to announce it. So here's the deal. If you're on this if you're watching this, we've got a deal. So right now we're offering some charter memberships, and there's going to be more on this next week. We've got a webinar. We've got a couple of them, opportunities to join next week. So if you go to cmawebinar.com, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, cmawebinar.com, you can register for the webinar. Now, listen, there is a special promo code that you will need at the end of the webinar. If you choose to move forward, there's a promo code. I don't know if we're going to put that up on the screen or if we're going to drop it below this announcement, but we will get that promo code to you. We'll put it right below this in the Facebook group. So come back here to check that out. But cmawebinar.com, there's 5 opportunities next week for you to join us, to hear the announcement, to get some special promotions that are only available next week. Okay, so after next week, we're not having charter memberships available. We're moving on to regular pricing. So if you're interested in doing this, in being taught by Barry and all of these people that are moving to these areas that need new houses, maybe they need a bigger house because they're now working from home and they got to have more space, and you want to sound like Barry Habib when you talk to these people, you want to be informed, you want to advise them on the best rate, the best opportunity, you want to be a debt manager for them, this course is for you. I'm telling you, Sean, I've been in this business for a while. I watched this course. Oh, there's the code. There's the code. All right. CMANLLO. That's the code. CMANLLO. Put that on your, write down on a piece of paper. You will need that after the webinar. I watched this content and, really just incredible stuff. I mean, amazing to me. The depth of knowledge, the strategy, everything that is behind it. I mean, again, like I said, been in this business for a long time, didn't know most of it, saw it, glossed over it over my years, and now having been through it, man, I understand it. And not only do I understand it, but now I'm executing on it, right? So I'm learning things that I'm now sharing with my customers, and it's really helping me grow my business. So cmawebinar.com. Use the code CMANLLO, and we'll see you on that next week. John, anything else?
It was awesome. We were supposed to have our first live event for CMA in April, and then record the entire webinar afterwards. And obviously, as we've had to adapt on the fly and change to what's going on, well, we had to spend week after week, 3, 4, 9 hours a week for months getting it perfect, because we had to deliver something perfect. And if you've ever worked with Barry, you know that if you're going to do something, deliver it to the market, it's going to be a 17 on the
first
level.
Class. It's first class all the way. I promise you guys will enjoy it. But you'll get to see a good sneak preview of it. You'll get to hear Barry talk about it. It'll be a good time. It's a short webinar. It's 15 minutes. You'll be in and out. 5 opportunities next week. CMAwebinar.com. Write down the promo code CMANLLO. Hang on to that. You'll need it for after the event. Well, as always, these are short and sweet. If there was something on here that you liked that we can help you with, you can check us out, nextlevello.com. We've got all kinds of resources, consultations, downloads, anything that you can need. Also, if you're not in our Facebook page, go like us over there as we post some pretty cool stuff. And if you want to join us, come to our masterminds, be part of our coaching platform, hit us up as well. We'd love to have you as part of the family. That's all I got. We're signing off today. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Friday.
See y'all.